Hello, my friend. Today, I want to talk about something that God has been working on in me for quite some time now. You know that verse, to whom much is given, much is required? It's Luke 12:48. And I've always known that that's true. But God spoke to me as I was waking up. He said, remember this, remember that to whom much is given, much is required. And he made me think about the fact that it's not about what I already have, but what will come to whom much is given. He's planning to give more than what we have right now. But with that comes a requirement. And so he's going to ask us to do things right now prior to, because it's going to be required of us to be obedient. So let me be real with you. God has been asking me for years. And I say years because this is not the first time that I have shared this with you. I think this is the second or maybe even the third time. He's said to me, stop playing games on your phone, on your tablet. Stop doing these mindless games. Now, that might sound small, but it's been a struggle for me because playing the games helps me to relax, helps me to sort of process things. It helps me brainstorm. There's a lot of things about playing the games that I really enjoy. And so I've deleted the games. I've been without them for months, and then I go and put them back on. And then I delete them again, and then I put them back on, and you know the feeling, like, you start, you stop. You know that God has told you to stop doing something, and so you are obedient, but just for a little while because you think to yourself, "It's really not that bad. I mean, I'm not really sinning, am I? I'm not doing something that's horrible. It can't really be hurting me that much." And then boom, I'm back to right where I started. To whom much is given, much is required. And that's the phrase that I keep hearing over and over again. And as I was waking up yesterday morning, because I've been asking God to speak to me. And as I was waking up yesterday morning and I heard this, I said, wow, you know what? I bet somebody else out there need to hear this too. Maybe it's you. Maybe you need to know that in order for God to bless you more, you need to be more obedient in what you're doing right now. It's not about the games, it's simple obedience. To whom much is given, much is required. God's not asking me to give up these games because he wants to ruin my fun. He's asking me because he has something more, right? He says, basically, Carol, I need your focus. I need your time. I need your heart to be fully surrendered to me. But man, the struggle is real. Let's just understand that the struggle is real. It's like Paul said in Romans, I don't do the things that I want to do, but I do the things that I don't want to do. Why is that? Can anyone relate? To whom much is given, much is required. It's required. That's a strong word. It is required, right? In order for you to drive a car, it is required that you have a license. I think about this and I think, wow, we are so good following rules in the world, but yet we won't follow God's rules? So I'm sharing this with you today because I know I'm not the only one. Maybe it's that nightly glass of wine that you take to relax and you tell yourself, "Oh, it's just helping me unwind," and it's only 1 glass. Maybe it's the endless social media scrolling that you're doing, and you're like, "It's just a pastime. It's okay." Maybe it's shopping for things that you really don't need or staying up too late or eating that food that you know he's been telling you to stop eating. Maybe it's a grudge you've been holding against someone and you need to forgive them, and he's been saying to you, "You need to forgive." God's asking you to release because to whom much is given, much is required. What if God is asking you to let go because it's holding you back? Think of it like this. We all would love to wake up and find $1,000,000 in our bank account. What if God is waiting for you to stop doing what it is you're doing or start doing what he's asked you to do, and you do it and you wake up tomorrow with $1,000,000 in your bank? What if that were the case? Would you be more apt to be obedient today? I think that's what we have to think about. God has something better, something bigger, something more incredible for us if we will just be obedient. In Luke, it also says in Luke 6:16-10, whoever can be trusted with very little can also be trusted with much. Whoever can be trusted with little can also be trusted with very much. Take a minute and ask God, what are you requiring of me right now? Because his word is true and it's truth. To whom much is given, much is required. So, Lord, what are you requiring of me? Maybe it's something small. Maybe it's just cutting back on that second cup of coffee. Maybe it's something bigger, like forgiving someone who hurt you intensely. But whatever it is, trust that your obedience is planting seeds for something greater, something bigger, something unimaginable right now for you in tomorrow's blessings. Because to whom much is given, much is required. This isn't easy, but it's doable. It's not about being perfect, it's about being willing. Are you willing? God does the how. You do the do. Make this the day you say, Lord, what are you requiring of me? To whom much is given, much is required. So, what do you need me to do or not do so that I can walk fully in your promise? Make it a great day.